It amazes me how huge my cheeks are. They're like the size of Qatar.
Qatar is pretty small.
I know that. That's the point. But it's still a country.
But in the context of being a country.
Yeah, but I don't want to say like, oh, they're the size of Russia, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's just like.
But you could say like they're the size of Algeria.
I say this is the size of Qatar. Because Qatar sounds good. Don't
Right.
debate me. Don't debate my jokes.
Does Qatar really sound good?
Does it?
Anyway, we have started. So, welcome Rania to Blida and
Hi guys, كنت قاعد من الحق الجديدة جنبي واحد قال اعطيني 4 Good times.
Yes.
And Amin was like, man, just leave her alone.
Very well. She's my guest. Yeah.
Yes.
How are you, Rania?
I am great. How are you?
I'm very, very good.
Thank you for inviting me
On my podcast.
Yes,
yeah.
we did a podcast déjà together on my.
This is supposed to be the follow-up.
This is supposed to be the follow-up. So I took all the good stuff. I took all the good questions, all the good topics. So good luck, Amin.
Thank you. I think this could be even more interesting than.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope.
Always, not always, but it's become like a tradition since the first podcast. I always ask my guests, عارفي روحك بالطريقة اللي الناس يحبوك يعرفوك عليها.
يا ربي ايش هذا أجل يا I don't want to do this.
Who are you?
الاسم رانيا بنكروفت.
No.
السن 23 سنة. هوايتي المطالعة. المراسلة. Long walks on the beach. No, I don't have any of those hobbies. No, I'm just kidding. You want me to introduce myself? That's it.
I want you to tell me what you want people to know about you.
Okay, well, I don't know. Okay, but I'll try, whatever. I'll just introduce myself.
Okay.
Because doesn't you make it so fancy. Just tell me to introduce myself. Okay, so my name is Rania Bencroft, but that's not my real name. Bencroft.
Yeah.
That's
How did you come up
my
with
stage
it?
name. Yeah.
How did you come up with it?
How did I come up with it? It's kind of a long story that doesn't make much sense.
Okay.
Do you know Nicki Minaj, the song Chung Lee? When she's like, Ayo, I've been on Lara Bencroft.
Okay.
Yeah, but she means like Lara Bencroft, like Ben, like the verb to be in past participle. It's like Lara Bencroft, like I've been, you know, Lara Croft is like super independent, super strong.
Yes.
She's the symbol of being strong. So she was like Lara Bencroft.
Okay. Do you?
Okay, so there's that part, right? And then there's the part of you know, Algerian names have like Ben.
Yes.
So I just made it like Rania Bencroft.
So like.
I don't even know how it happened. Like it just happened.
Yeah, you're Algeria's Tomb Raider.
I guess if you want to say that. And plus, my real name, Kane. Okay, I'm gonna say my real name. My name is Rania Ishush. And like Miss Algeria is that's also her name. So
okay.
I was like, yeah, I'm just not gonna have the same name. You know what I mean?
I see.
You know?
The thing is, since I started the podcast, people from all over the internet and even my real life social network, like my cousin and other people, were like, you gotta invite Rania. Yeah. So
I like your friends.
Finally.
Keep them.
Yes.
Okay, and finally, how did you discover me? Do you remember?
Yes. So there's Lina, my cousin, who was telling me that she was saying me that Rania is like woman me.
Yeah. Hi, Lina.
And then before I knew you, etc., I was so offended that someone could look like me in the eyes of my cousin. Because I thought I was my cousin's hero, etc.
Really?
Yeah. So
You certainly think big of yourself.
Yeah. I kind of was jealous. But then later on, I started like following you and follow your stories. I thought, yes, this is actually a compliment.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And as I was saying قبل podcast, you're actually very funny.
Thank you.
رانيا نسقسيك جامي جات في بالك ديري like a comedy career? Like stand-up comedy? Like
No,
seriously.
I was offered a role in a TV show, in like a huge Algerian TV show, and I was like, no.
Why?
I really don't know. I'm not like, I don't see myself acting. Sure, I don't see myself doing that. Or maybe maybe I'm just like scared of doing it. Maybe if I do it, I would actually be good at it.
Yeah.
So, and I have this thing where I snob things sometimes, and I'm like, no, that's not for me. That's not for me. And then when I actually do try them, I'm like, shit, that's actually really good. It's like sushi. So sushi that's في راسي, sushi is not good. ما راح ناكل raw fish. And I know people, I've known people for years who tell me, eat sushi, you're gonna like it, no, I don't like it. خلاص. ما عنديش هذيك I try new things ونخرج من my comfort zone. This is the worst thing about me. ما نحبش نخرج من my comfort zone.
Really?
And I hate it about me. Yeah. Anyway, so like people would beg me to eat sushi, and then one day I finally caved and I ate it, and it's my favorite thing in the world. And I'm like, all these years I could have just tried if I could just go for it.
Yeah. It happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
I told you that I have a bike.
Yes.
So a lot of years
without an engine.
Without an engine, yeah. So I spent a lot of years going to university بالكوس. And that was like a very good reason for me to commit suicide and be depressed and stuff, etc. I really hated it.
Yeah.
So if I could just try going to university by bike,
yeah,
I would have been much happier.
بس في الجزائر واعرة باش تخرج من your comfort zone. أنا شغل
maybe, yeah.
شغل to try out new things. It's not really encouraged. It's not a part of our culture. شغل لو كان تحب دير عفسة اللي خارجة عن المألوف, people be like شو بيك تخيل.
سكتنا. And your parents are like المهم تعيش. You're healthy.
Yeah, people are like, you just mediocrity is
it's the standard.
It's like العنوان المعيشة في الجزائر. Just be all equally miserable.
Yes.
Socialism, yeah.
Wow, tell me a bit about your كي تقولي باللي I don't get out much of your comfort zone.
Yes.
Your comfort zone is pretty large, actually.
What do you mean?
I mean, you came all the way to Blida.
Yeah.
بالجمعة.
Yeah.
And alone.
Yeah.
So
you need chaperone من فايش بلا محرم. Yeah, I came to Blida.
But I know some guys who wouldn't do this.
Who wouldn't do this?
Yeah, I know some men. اللي كان نقول لهم روحوا البليدة, they would be like no بصح في الحق they are too scared.
Too scared. علاش وش فيها بليدة؟
They're scared من الطريق. They're scared to go someplace ما يعرفوهاش. They're scared I don't know كش ما يصيرلهم في الطريق, etc.
Well, I mean, and I came for you.
That's what she said.
Oh my God, is this gonna be on your podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, I like this podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna say that again, but yeah, I did. Honestly, well, you came on my podcast, of course, and I enjoyed it.
I didn't.
That's one thing. Oh my God. Okay. This is how we always talk. It's just when it's on camera, it's like weird. But like when you were a guest on my podcast,
okay.
I really enjoyed it, and I was like, I'll return the favor.
Oh, thank you.
You were talking about my comfort zone.
But later I was gonna. It's going to come back later.
Okay.
So about your comfort zone, tell me what would you consider, like in the near future, what could be like something that is not your comfort zone. What do you want to try in the near future?
I'm not my comfort zone. So like for the past 5 years, I like routine and I like stability. I like that very much. But also, نبداش نكريتيكي في روحي وندير لا بريسيون لروحي تاع كي stagnant in one thing and you're not moving forward.
Yeah.
من جهة, and then من جهة نقول روحي no, I don't want to do something else because عندي my routine and I know لفة is going around and I just don't want to ruin it. And I'm always torn between these two. So do I want to be a rebel and like try new things and go crazy? Well, I want to stick to my everything I know and I know how to do and I do well and I've been doing it for ages and it's safe.
I see. Yeah.
So you know, my comfort zone has been like teaching and working out every day and like that's just what I do every day and I know how to do it well. What would be getting out of my comfort zone would probably be to change careers, to like take on a different career path, that
like
would be
what?
Well, I can't tell you what, but changing, probably leaving شو يقولوا مسار التعليم, that would be a huge getting out of my comfort zone for me.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing this for years and it's all I know how to do. Not all I know how to do, but it's what I know how to do best.
Yes. You said you started teaching at age 19.
Yes.
So I know a lot of people who are actually doing this today.
Yeah.
So I was 19 in 2011. And I couldn't have imagined myself teaching at that age.
Really?
Yes.
Why not?
I started teaching in 2015. And let me tell you, the first class, my hands were shaking. Like I wasn't like freaking out قدامهم ما بانتش ما بينتهاش بصح inside of me I was kind of freaking out. Yeah, so
I wasn't. You know why? Because English is my comfort zone.
Really?
أنا شوف كي نكون نهضر in English شغل I'm a different person than كي نكون نهضر زعما ب any other language. شغل English is just my comfort zone because نعرف كيفاش نهضر فيها بنا, نعرف كيفاش نضحك فيها, نعرف كيفاش نكون interesting فيها, نعرف كيفاش نكون smart فيها, نعرف شغل هذه the language that encompasses everything, you know, includes whatever, everything that I am. شغل نكون بزاف آلس فيها. So كي بديت نقري, I was like, all I have to do is just get out there for 2 hours and speak in English. Well, teach as well, of course, but it's something that I'm very comfortable doing. So it wasn't a problem.
And I'm sure in your class you just tell them, go listen to Nicki Minaj, go watch Friends.
Well, no, this is what I do now because دوكا نقري independently.
Okay.
Which means عندي الحرية creative liberty to do whatever I want in my classes. بصح back then كنت نقري في école, donc عندي very limited method. And,
yes.
Yeah. So I've always been the fun teacher. So I think اللي كانوا يقراوا عندي always saw me as the fun teacher. because I take in consideration باللي هاد العباد because أنا ما نقريش صغار. You know what I mean? شغل كي يكونوا عباد يقراوا صغار هذاك واش عندهم في حياتهم غير القرايه. And so you have to push them, you have to be hard on them. مي كي يكونوا عباد كبار عندهم حياتهم, عندهم their husband and wife and their children and خدمتهم وعندهم so many things. So ما تقدرش تعاملهم شغل دي زيلاف وتجي you push them وتكون hard on them.
Okay.
So for me I want هذوك زوج سوايع اللي يقراو فيهم سمانة to be a place where they can chill in English, where they can have fun in English. So that's what I want for them.
Yeah. I really believe the best way to learn is to have fun in the process.
Yeah.
Yes, like you can see animals when they are little, they would be fighting each other, etc., having fun, but at the same time learning to fight, learning stuff that's going to help them survive later, etc. So we all هنا في الجزائر we all grew up in the same bucket. شغل كامل في بابر واحد. And I'm sure like almost everyone as much as me قالوا له عندك سوا اللعب سوا وقت القراية. And those are very different paths that you can take in your time. And
so again that may be true if you're young. So I think with older people it's much different because they cannot شغل يجوني على 6 العشية ديجا they've had a very long day and they're super tired. وش حنجي نقول لهم good morning, today we have the present perfect, open your books.
Why wouldn't you do that with adults? Why would you do that with the children when you know you shouldn't do that with adults?
Well, it's not the same because you can afford to be stricter on kids because that's all they have to do. You can't just like entertain them the whole time. Yes, there should be some entertainment, but this is all they have to do. كيما هادوك اللي يخدموا في الخدمة أما يروحوا to have fun. They're not going to have fun.
No.
They're not being entertained. They go to have serious time, put all their energy in it. وهذاك هو الصح في حياتهم. And the English is the plus.
Yes.
So that's not the same. أنا ما نقدرش نعرف. With children, I've never taught children, so I don't know. I've never taught children.
Yeah,
I've I think I had one class one time I was replacing and I hated it because I got used to being the youngest person in the room and the coolest person in the room.
Suddenly you became
I'm always like the coolest person in the room and when I'm not it makes me uncomfortable because قاس صغار عليا and they're like cooler than me. And I think كنت نقضيهم عفسة على like concerts or like planning a party. I was planning a party. ما قلت لهم كي لو كنديروا birthday party شكون تعرضوا بيونسي and قخزروا فيا شغل like
Who's this
you
old
dinosaur
lady?
who the fuck is Beyonce.
Yes.
من تماك حسيت روحي like I was
Yeah.
like yeah I'm not teaching them again. جيبوا لي بحث في عمره 45 سنة يشوف فيا like like I'm the young cool
yeah.
teacher. That's what I need. Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, you are kind of hard with yourself باسكو تقولي باللي I need to get out of of my comfort zone. بصح في الحق your comfort zone is so large that you could spend your whole life inside your comfort zone and have a pretty interesting life. Because تروحي تقري ناس كبار عليك ب20 سنة.
Yeah.
That takes some guts.
Yeah.
See what I
Yeah.
mean? It takes some courage and it takes some, and you already have that, which is great.
I knew a guy that told me you are going to be eternally unsatisfied. And that's because I'm always unsatisfied with myself and with everything.
Yeah.
If things are too stable, I'm unsatisfied. If things are too unstable, I'm still unsatisfied.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm searching for.
I guess I think maybe Algerian folks need to have a bit of the same mentality as this, because when you are never satisfied, it means you are always looking for progress. So we had a bit of a crash.
Oh, we're back?
And I was telling you the story of Higgs. We were recording for 1 hour, and then the app that was recording crashed on me like this.
Oh shit!
And I had like a small
Can I
panic
curse on
attack.
your podcast?
Uh-huh.
Can I curse?
I suppose you could, yeah.
Oh shit!
Fuck.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
God damn it! Okay.
Yes, and because older people don't understand English, and I knew you were going to swear in
القدر
English.
الحرمة.
الحرمة.
That's I have talked about this before about like when you're cursing, the difference between cursing in English and in Arabic. You know?
Yeah.
So if it's in Algerian, it has an impact.
Yes, like I'm not even joking. Like this is very serious. Like when you swear.
Yeah. And that's why it's more satisfying. Do you curse بالبزيرية؟
Really when I'm with close friends or when I'm alone.
Shit, it's satisfying.
Yeah, or when I'm alone.
It's the best.
Yeah.
I love cursing.
It's stress relieving.
Yeah, I think we should remove the like negative connotation that cursing has.
Do you know Vsauce?
Vsauce, yeah, of course.
So he has a whole video on why human beings swear. Yes, and if you actually remove the negative connotation to swearing, it wouldn't feel as good. Yeah.
Okay. So there's a context for everything. I mean, sometimes أنا نقول certain كلمات في my stories ولا وجاي بعد يقول لك وعلاش تقول هذه الكلمة وعلاش تقول هذه الكلمة and I'm like fuck off. بالآخر شغل like I know my audience. Okay ما مشي يتبعوا فيا عباد كبار ما مشي يتبعوا فيا عباليش أنايا شغل I know who follows me, people who I can talk like this with. And sometimes people be like, well, ولا ما تهضرش هكا قدام يمك ما تهضرش هكا كاع. No, that's not true. شغل وعلاش we have to be the exact same person مع يمانا ومع جدودنا ومع أصحابنا. We're not the same people. Like ما فهمتش شغل أنا I am my own person and I have my own life and this is my content and it's my page. علاش دايما we associate كلش. I know this is Algerian like culture, you know. Everything has to be about family and about your society and about no, I represent myself and it's my page and I do whatever I want, I say whatever I want.
Yeah, and at the same time you are not being fake in a lot of ways. وش معناتها بزاف ناس كي يكون مع يماه ولا مع باباه ولا مع لا فامي تاعو they're just fake.
It's not about being fake and I don't think it's fake باسكو أنا ما نهضرش هكا قدام ماما بصح it's normal ولا ما نهضرش هكا قدام مامي نهضر هكا قدامك انت.
وكان زعما actually you have a lot of negative energy inside you وتخليها عندك ان ما تبينش غير باش الناس يقولوا عليك بلي ما تسبيش ما تقوليش كلمات عيانين. I don't know. I think
يقول لك لكل مقام مقال.
Exactly. I think مليح الواحد يلاسم روحه whether what's bad فيه what's good. And about all of this, whether having a very large comfort zone, etc. You told me yesterday that Okay, yesterday we were.
وش قلت لك yesterday. I told you that in strict confidentiality. You're just bringing it up on the podcast.
So yesterday we were together and just people passing by and actually recognizing you. A lot of my friends know you so well. You are quite popular. I'm not gonna say maybe famous, but you are popular. Like a lot of people follow your stories, etc. And I asked you, how did that come about? How did you get well known? And you told me that you did some interview flafak.
Yes, it was. I started like
about?
gaining followers around the time of Al-Hirak. There was. I had like a card that like someone took a picture of it, and it was on all the Algerian pages,
Okay.
like Adouk Derrière Chak, like you know, all the Algerian pages. And then
Yeah.
I also on that same day, this was like the first week of Al-Hirak. I did an interview with the Bouzaria students, which is the university I went to. Shout out to Bouzaria, Département B.
Shout out, yeah.
So I did an interview there with a lot of students, and it was like in English and French and Arabic as well.
Yeah.
So I had many perspectives weighing in on the Hirak, and it was such a fresh thing. شغل جامي شفنا كايبات صغار, students, لابسين علم تاع الجزائر, being engaged, caring, and I
Yeah.
think that really like shocked a lot of people, or made them happy to see بلي هذه اللي ماشي تاع الجزائر. And on that same day, I was contacted by the BBC, who wanted to talk to me about Hirak and have my opinion as someone who was there. And that's how I started, really.
Yeah. So again, this shows how much your comfort zone is pretty large.
Yeah.
Because not everyone would go to actually do interviews with people and university students.
And I do that a lot. I have several videos.
Yeah.
At universities. درت واحدة في USTHB ودرت في بوزريعة. And I was planning on going to other universities بصح زيروهم في وقت الحراك. You could not زعما go to universities. So I couldn't go.
That's important work. What you did.
Yeah.
It's something that needed to be done, I think. You showed this face of the young Algeria, and you continue even today. كي نشوف أنا الستوري تاعك ولا other people يشوفوا الستوري تاعك, we see how much you care about the country. Which is kind of refreshing to see like a young lady such as yourself who gives so much fuck about her country. So last time on your podcast, you asked me why am I still in Algeria? I never actually got to completely answer that question, but why are you still in Algeria? I'm sure you could start your life abroad, and I'm sure even that. I'm sure you could be happier there than
of course
here.
I think I always think this, like if I go محشي يكون عندي cultural shock, like I would just fit in like you know immediately. Why I don't want to go, because البارح قلت لك I like fixing things. I told you that. قلت لك I like sometimes damaged people and then شوفهم
damaged countries
as a challenge, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna be with you and I'm gonna be in your life, I'm gonna fix you and you're gonna be better. I like that. And I think that's maybe similar to this, because I grew up in a country and بونكا كبرنا فيها قلبنا المشاكل اللي فيها, and I realized باللي there's something wrong as we all do, and we have this on one side, and then we have my own beliefs, and I have very nationalist beliefs, and especially in a country that was colonized. You know, we took independence on the basis that we can run this country just as well as the French, or even better, because we are entitled to this land. So نشوف بزاف عباد like our age يقول لك no, nationalism is stupid, وما كش من هادي بلي زعما هذه الأرض ديالنا, أنا ما خيرتش هذه الأرض, أنا ما خيرتش نزيد جزيري, which is very convenient. I mean, they just say this باسكو الجزائر ماشي مليحة. You know, I'm sure لو كانوا عايشين في بلاد أخرى they would not have this opinion, and they don't have this opinion. Other situations prove this, but this has become the convenient position to have, which is nationalism is stupid, أنا ما خيرتش هاد البلاد, and so ما عندي حتى attachment ولا responsibility towards it. And I don't see it that way, because when we you know fought for our independence, this is what we went on, which is that this is our land وعندنا الأحقية لها, and that's why حاربنا على جلها وربحناها, and we should run it. And so for me to say باللي no هاد البلد ما تقدرش تتسقم and I give up on it would mean باللي كنا غالطين في الثورة ديالنا وكنا غالطين في الاستقلال ديالنا, and that's why أنا for me sure I say these things and they seem controversial because they are inconvenient. الناس ما يحبوش يسمعوهم بصح they make perfect sense. For me باش دوكا نروح متزاير و I say هاد البلاد ما تقدرش قاعد تسقم ومن بعد نجي نحتفل بالاستقلال ما عندها حتى معنى. These two ideas completely contradict each other باسكو احنا دينا الاستقلال for a reason, and when I say no هاد البلاد ما تقدرش تسقم you're contradicting it. And so for me أنا just مانيش حابة نقد روحي. So if I arrive to the conclusion باللي listen هاد البلد ما عادش تقدر تسقم and I don't want to do it anymore, forcibly لازم نعترف باللي الاستقلال كان غلطة. شغل for me هاد زوج عفايس يجوا كيف ما عادش نقدر نقول نو الاستقلال والجزائر حرة والجزائر كذا وبصح نو ما نقدرش نعيش فيها وما نآمنش بها. No. If I have this أعرف باللي كابابل نسمح قبل جنسيتي جزائرية. شغل I would completely نخلي الجزائر مورايا ونسها قبل تكزيست.
As a lot of people did.
Well, no, not most people. I mean, most immigrants عندهم هذيك double thing تاع نستمتع بوش الغرب يعطيني ونستمتع being Algerian. So for me, no, it has to be this or this. And for the moment, it's this. ما نقدرش نعرف وش كاين في the future.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's I actually respect that a lot.
Yeah. Did I make sense? I feel like
you made a lot of sense. You're just saying باللي إذا نأمن باللي الاستقلال was a good thing. شغل كاين دي باجاج يترفدوا مع هذاك الإيمان. There are responsibilities that come with it, etc. And I'm ready to actually نرفد هذوك responsibilities ونوقف معهم, etc. Which is absolutely good. I think you're one of those people who isn't really afraid of confrontations. معناتها وكان تصيبي حاجة صعيبة مقابلاتك ولا إنسان صعيب راه مقابلك you don't back off. While a lot of look I am a bit blunt شوية بالك I don't think I'm unfair though. A lot of Algerians are they like water shape اللي تحطوا فيهم يديه. See what I mean?
Whatever is convenient. Like there's a lot of convenient opinions.
Exactly. I have this story I want to tell you. رحت للقصبة in 2016. I remember the years. رحت للقصبة جروب فيزيت etc. وكان معنا a guide. هذاك جايد شغل غير بدينا المشية بدا يحكي لنا شحال فرنسا ريبت وشحال فرنسا ماشي مليحة وشحال فرنسا شغل was all about destruction etc. And then as the tour went on, he realized هذاك الجايد بلي there was a couple of old French people. And وانا كنت نشوف فيه شفتوا كيفاش how he switched or shifted personalities ولا opinions and everything that goes with it.
When he knew they were French.
And when he knew they were French. And suddenly he started speaking broken French. This is one thing. And second ولا بدا بالسبان تاع لي ترك which he completely is right about. بس معليش ما كنتش تهضر كان يسب لي ترك. Yes.
Why is he right
Turkish
about
people basically استعمرونا and we couldn't even fight because they were Muslims.
Okay. عبالك شوف this حابة ندخلوا في هذا conversation. Do you want to?
I wouldn't mind. I just want to finish my story.
Okay خلاص.
Okay. So
young Jamie
فكرنا
نعاودوا نقولوا هذه النقطة مهمة بزاف.
الأكسجين
ما
يخلص.
And so كان يهضر على ترك وعلى هذه وعلى هذه وعلى هذه. And then he started يهضر على how فرنسا wasn't that bad after all. Even compared to the Turks, and then just as people who were there. شو بدي أقول باللي في الحق they were just here and they were okay etc etc. And then at some point لحقنا لهداك شغل بالكون معروف وين كاين دوكا قهوة فيها سجاج في القصبة. وكان كان كاين الجامع الكبير يبان ملتم وبدا يقول لك شو كيفاش يبنيو جامع ما على باليش شحال من مليار وما عندناش لي زوبيتو ما عندناش هكذا. لو كان فرنسا كانت قاعده هنا ولو كان دوك عندنا لي زوبيتو عندنا وين نداوي وعندنا هادي عندنا وين هادي وانايا اي lost my shit ورحت ليه وحكمته انا told him باللي راهو يهضر كي الحركه وكان جينا في وقت فرنسا وكان هو حركي وما يستاهلش حتى جلو فوق هذا الارض. I was a bit extreme with him and especially that so everybody was happy and it was a tour etc and I ruined the mood to everyone and هو بالله يعيط ولا يسب ورفد وزانو راح وقعدنا without a guide بصح and everybody was like looking at me تاع why did you do that وعلاش خلط فيه وعلاش why did you confront him see what I mean although I know باللي I could have done things like much smoother etc بصح I'm proud of the fact that I confronted him on his own basis تاع من الاول بديت باللي فرنسا ماشي مليحه وباللي هكذا وباللي هكذا ومن بعد كيش باللي لي فرونسي جاو قلبت الفاليزا قلبت الفيستا وعلاش a lot of Algerians do this صراو لي بزاف لي سيتوياسيون تاع
It's the white man complex.
Okay.
We're back.
Welcome back. We're having technical
I just noticed you have a
problems.
really good nose.
You think?
Yes. You have a beautiful nose.
I thought I had a really big nose actually.
It's not. Well, it's big, but it's good big. No, but it's just like your bridge. Call it the bridge of the nose.
Okay.
It's just like very perfectly done.
Inside of my nose, it's not very well. It's not very well made or
Really?
done or designed.
You have like a breathing issue.
Yes.
I'm like I prayed for a breathing issue so that I would have an excuse to do my nose. I'm like, fine, it works. Wow.
Yes. I can't really breathe very well with my nose, so I have to.
Really?
Yeah. Pour
What do
me. Mhm.
What do you do?
I breathe with my mouth.
You breathe with your... Oh, that is very bad.
Is it?
Mouth breathing? Are you kidding me? It's horrible.
You mean it's uncomfortable or bad for
No,
health?
it's not good for you. It's bad in a way.
Really?
Mouth breathers.
Okay.
Mouth breathers.
Yeah.
There's something, I'm not sure what's bad about it, but I'm sure it's bad. You should look it up. Or like go
Okay.
to a good...
I'm gonna fix my nose sometime. Yeah, I'm
Same.
sure.
Just get rich first.
Yeah.
كنا نهضروا على الناشوناليزم
كنا نهضروا على nationalism and how it is important for us to stay with the logic of things, even if we have to confront whatever there is to confront. Like in the case تاع الحكاية اللي حكيتها confront the European people اللي كانوا تماك ما نخلعوش كي نشوفوهم and we don't
but this is like a white man complex. I
Yeah.
mean قاع اللي قاع الشعوب المستعمرة عندها هاد العفسة تاع we see a white man and we're like oh my god like الدنيا لازم تحبس and we're just so amazed
I don't
amazed by it because we think we not subconsciously but we think they are superior and in a lot of ways they are superior. I mean they are more civilized and they are more advanced and there's nothing شوف definition تاع انت تكون حركي ولا ماشي حركي ولا تكون انسان وطني ولا ماشي وطني ما عندها حتى علاقه ب seeing things the way they are. شغل انا باش نقول انا nationalist ونحب الجزائر وندعم الجزائر ماشي معناتها نقول الجزائر مليحه في كاع الحالات وفرنسا ماشي مليحه في كاع الحالات ونحب الجزائر ونكره فرنسا. So this very simplistic way of viewing things ما تفيدش الجزائر بحتى عفسه which is what I see a lot. surtout like a lot of immigrants عندهم this very like defensive mentality of like وش يصرا نو الجزائر مليحه نو الحياة في الجزائر مليحه really الحياة في الجزائر مليحه عبيها كاين 3 ملايين جزائري في فرنسا عبيها you're literally fucking begging to go live there because الجزائر مليحه no الجزائر ماشي مليحه and saying الجزائر مليحه does not help الجزائر if you really say انا نقول الجزائر مليحه باسكو انا نحب الجزائر no وما راكش تفيد الجزائر كي تقول الجزائر مليحه. And when I say فرنسا ماشي مليحة again that doesn't benefit me in any way. So هذا كتاب هذا تليفون هذا كتاب هذا تليفون. I don't have to sugarcoat things ولا to be a hypocrite باش نبين بلي زعما أنا وطني. هذيك الوطنية تاع الحب الزايد والشعارات الرنانة ما عندها حتى معنى. It doesn't help anybody. So كي يقول لك زعما French people are more civilized and they are more advanced and they have better lifestyle and they have a better life. This is a fact.
yeah.
ما عندها حتى علاقة بنحب الجزائر ونكره فرنسا ونحب بلادي ونكره. It's just pure fact. And in fact because أنا نحب الجزائر ماذا بيا إحنا كجزائريين نلحقوا to a place وين نكونوا عندنا the same life اللي الفرنسيين عندهم in terms of الحقوق والكرامة اللي عايشين فيها والرفاهية اللي عايشين فيها والحرية اللي عايشين فيها والديمقراطية اللي عايشين فيها. That's what we want to have.
Yeah.
And there is nothing wrong or diminishing about us as Algerians. هذه العقلية تاع شغل like almost الحواش. This idea تاع زعما أنا جارتي تشوفني مليحة so I lie basically ونقولها أنا حنتوج بواحد مليح وأنا قريت وعندي خدمة وعندي كذا because I just want جيراني يشوفوني مليح. Yes I want جيراني يشوفوني مليح بصح how about actually نكون أنا مليحة نكون أنا مليحة أنا wouldn't have to lie.
Yes.
كيما صار the situation تاع what was it recently? It was a documentary something. It was like it was a documentaire في M6.
I don't تاع إفروي
تاعي جابوا واحد اليوتيوبرز she's like باش تعرفها.
سمعتك انتي حكيتي عليها.
انا حكيت عليها. جابوا واحد اليوتيوبرز she's like حجابي girl دير هكا يوتيوب ستاف على الحجاب المكياج and just في دوكيومنتير كانت مع رجل
جابت
جابوها في هاد الدوكيومنتير she was talking she was like أنايا ونخدم I'm a YouTuber وراجلي and stuff ماك she was I think she said something like قبل ما نروح بلاصة نقول لراجلي and هو يقول لي وقيل نروح ولا ما نروح. She said something along those lines باللي تستشير راجلها ولا تاخذ his permission before she goes. قلبوا الدنيا عليها. Why? Because you're showing باللي Algerian women are soumises like you know يخافوا رجالهم. What? شغل لو كان she said the opposite لو كان قالت أنا نروح وين نحب بلا ما نقول راجلي وين نروح يقولوا لها you're showing باللي Algerian women مطلوقين. So هذه ما تعجبهمش دولة حالة قالها you disrespected Algerian females Algerian females ونشوف like YouTubers Algerian YouTubers اللي ماشي عايشين في الجزائر commenting ودايرين حالة وكيفاش تهضوها على المرأة الجزائرية ونوع المرأة في الجزائر تعيش واش تحب وتلبس واش تحب وتدير واش تحب. Really المرأة في الجزائر تعيش واش تحب where show me where like that is not true and بصح هما they think this is defending Algeria باللي كي نقول كلش الحالة جاي مليحة في الجزائر هذه nationalism. It's really not. No.
Okay, so we took a pause and we're back. كنا نهضروا على لا ريبريزونطاسيون تاع المرأة الجزائرية.
كنا نهضروا على الدوكيومنتير تاع M6.
وين وراو امرأة قلتي باللي
امرأة جزائرية تقليدية. Not really, not even. This is the problem. is هذه الطفلة ما راهيش مرأة تقليدية.
influenceuse تقليدية.
No ماشي okay influenceuse ما عندها her business شغل she's تفواياجي تما she's quite independent تما بارابور للمرأة الجزائرية العادية. هكذاك وقالوا لها نو كنتي وريتي بلي المرأة الجزائرية سوميز and شغل it was an unreasonable attack just for the fact اللي هضرت مع شان فرانسيز وباللي لازم she was not supposed to.
أنا ما فهمتش شنو هو المشكل شغل كان زعما يجوا لي M6 ويقولوا لي انت كجزائري كيفاش تعيش ونولي لهم كيفاش عايش وبالك حياتي ماشي كيما الجزائريين الاخرين. وين راهو المشكل؟ انا مازلني جزائري ومازلني عايش بهذه الطريقه معناتها وعلاش لازم كامل النساء الجزائريات يكون عندهم نفس الحياه ولا وعلاش لازم شغل مالغري انا عايش اون سيغتان في في الجزائر بعد كي يجوا M6 يقولوا لي لازم نقول لهم لا انا حياتي ماشي هكذا خاطر انا جزائري
معناتها ولا علاش لازم جزائري واحد يمثل كاع جزائري
اكزاكتومون
حنا از انديفيدوالز كل واحد يمثل نفسه رايت كل واحد عايش
معناتها ما كانش مشكل اذا في الجزائر كاين بزاف نساء جزائريات ما كاش مرأة جزائرية وحده معناتها اتس اوكي الناس في الجزائر يكون عندهم حياة ديفيرونت وحده مانيش عارف وحده تحب شي حاجات واخرى تحب ما تحب شي حاجه وحده تسوق وحده ما تسوقش وحده تحب راجلها يحكم فيها وحده ما تحبش راجلها يحكم فيها.
انا ما شفت واش قالت بين بلي راجلها يحكم فيها شغل هي لا تسي ديبلاسي بزاف توايج بزاف شي ساد بلي تاخذ رايه قبل ما تروح شغل انا هاد العبسه ما نشوفهاش ما نشوفهاش offensive to females باسكو انا let's say in a relationship I would expect the same you know هو من قبل ما يروح يستشيرني وانا قبل ما نروح نستشيره علاش لازم تكون انا ولا هو ولا علاش لازم تكون السكسيزم issue ما دام بصراحه هي متبادله there shouldn't be a problem
ça va de couple en couple كاين دي كوبل اللي ماذا بهم يكون كاين لا جالوزي فيهم في الكوبل هذاك وكي يشوف باللي مالتو ما انت ديجا تصيب به باللي مالتو تحكم فيه هو يحكم فيه and it's fine هذه هي سي دو في تاعهم و they are happy بصح جوستومون هذه تاع Algerianism وعلاش this is Algerianism وعلاش ماشي Algerianism is a lot of things a lot of things could be Algerianized
yes
so yeah مانيش عارف je suis sûr que عندي certains aspects في حياتي انا personnellement اللي ماشي كامل لي زونج الجيريان عندهم انا ما نحبش فوتبول كنت في مصر وصبتهم يلعبوا فوت دخلت نلعب معاهم شغل غير هكا بعدا شغل وحدي بروميير فوا في حياتي ولاو حاطيني انا هو الكابيتان انا هو يجي يسقسوني وين باسي وانا بعد قلت لهم واش بيكم قالوا لي انت جزائري دونك
اتس ا كليشيه
يا ماشي مليح قال هضرت على روحها بي فوالا دونك تاني نتيا à propos de représenter la femme algérienne for a lot of people you represent the déjà قبيلة you said the Algerian woman nationalist not nationalist just nationalist but I wonder parce qu'en fait qu'il y a une différence entre nationalisme et patriotisme so tu es sûr que tu veux pas dire patriotisme par le nationalisme
I guess in the sense in a sense it's patriotism not nationalism
yes.
It's nationalism بالعربية القومية well I'm both I'm both patriotism is just like حب الوطن and in fact I don't think I'm really patriotic because ما نحبش بلادي ما نحبش specific place because it's not about البلاصة it's about حياتي وحياة كاع المجتمع ماذا بينا احنا نعيشوا بيان في بلاد تحترم نفسها تحترم المواطنين ديالها وين كاين حرية ديمقراطية حرية تعبير everything that's what I care about ماذا بيا نعيش بيان في بلادي شغل انا الوطنيه ديالي راهي من هذاك المبدا ماشي it's about هاد القطعه الارض اللي نحبها بزاف because it's special I don't think it's special it's just about اني عايشه هنا واني حابه نعيش بيان بصح مع هذا السيستم مانيش عايشه بيان and so I would like to advance it هذا ما كان
patriotism je pense هذا هو patriotism هي تحب بلادك بصح تحب واش حاجه مليحه في بلادك وتحب واش تقدر تكون بلادك في الفيوتشر
that's the thing أنا قلت لك أنا ماشي وطنية بالمعنى التقليدي ديالها باسكو أنا ما نحبش بلادي فاكت ما كان حتى بس نحبها فيها
okay news
if I say نحبها it means كاينة فايس ملح نحبهم فيها let's say زعما واحد an American ولا a French person يحب بلاده that's because كاين certain values let's say القيم الفرنسية القيم اللي تبنات عليها الثورة الفرنسية ولا فرنسا اللي يخلوهم يحبوا هذه البلاد وماذا بهم يقارديوها كيما راهي بس أنا ما نقدرش نقول نحب البلاد because ما كانش عفسه مليحه لاني حابه نخليها in fact I want to change pretty much everything yeah so it's not really patriotism
yeah maybe
not everything but most things ومانيش حابه نبدل in way اللي نفرض عفايس على الناس باسكو I think that's the problem في الجزائر إذا قال جهات حابين يفرضوا روحهم سواء like الكوتي لايك حاب يفرض نفسه إسلاميست حاب يفرض نفسه وكل واحد يشوف عنده certain vision على كيف لازم تكون جزائر ويمبوزيها and I don't like either as you know I'm a libertarian so for me لازم تكون حرية لكاع الأفراد باش يكزيستيو and باش ما يكلاشيوش مع بعضهم or at least لو كان يكلاشيو يكون كلاش حضاري like كاين this video اللي شفتوه في اليو اس كانت it was like a march for the KKK the Nazis like خارجين Nazis the Nazi flag very very offensive speech right حاكمين جهة from the street واقفين حاكمين their cards their Nazi flag everything وواقفين ولا بوليس هكا دارين بهم protecting them و on the other side it's Antifa Antifa protesting رافدين علاماتهم رافدين their card
انتيفا اللي هما انتيفاشيزم صافي العكس
انتيفاشيزم بصح not really باسكو مام هما جروب متطرف ويستعملوا العنف وحابين يمبوزيو روحهم شغل عمله وجهتين عمله واحده so جهة حاكمين جهة انتيفا الكيكي حاكمين جهة and everyone هو يهضر وشو حاب وبيناتهم لا بوليس and everyone is clashing بصح clashing بطريقه حضاريه ماشي زعما واحد يسمع الاخر يقول عفسه يقولوا وشنو كيفاش تقولها ودوك نجي ونضربك والحاله تتخلط you know everyone is disagreeing respectfully. I think that's العفسه اللي نحب نشوفها
يا انا صرات لي ان سيغتان مومون صرا ان شونجمون بوليتيك في بلادنا وما كنتش داكور مع هذاك الشونجمون بوليتيك كامل بصح كي دخلت الفيسبوك to my surprise فقت بلي بزاف ناس صحابي كانوا داكور مع هذاك شونجمون بوليتيك وانا بور ما شونجمون بوليتيك هذاك اللي كان صاريك شغل obviously it was wrong and obviously it was لعبه مانيش حاب نجبد exactly what it was
yes
بصح
you,
I was
you always لازم تتفكر باللي it's obvious to you.
yes
I think هذه العفسه اللي تغيب علينا وباللي هذه العفسه it's obvious to me باسكو انا هذا هو رايي وهذه هي my vision بصح to other people it's not obvious and then وش يصير لنا we assume سوء النيه we assume هذا البنادم ماهوش يشوف العفايس كيما يشوفهم باسكو هو ماشي مليح باسكو هو يحب الشر باسكو هو he wants to يشوف زير ماشي مليحه وحب you know we start by دوك نظريه المؤامره and I think when we هضرنا هذا الثاني البارح على حسن الظن when we start to see بلي هذا البنادم ماهوش يخمم كيما انا because he's just different عنده different vision عنده different priorities different values key we stop demonizing the opposition is when you can have هذاك قلت لك الكلاش الحضاري.
Yes and I fell in this في هذا البياج تاع demonize yes كنت تنرفيت بزاف وكنت جاي ما كنت جاي مسكي كدا
I can't imagine it.
You have known me since a week so there are a lot of aspects
ما نقدرش نيماجينيك منرفي honestly
yeah
I think you're the kind of person اللي
لا
control himself.
I do control myself a lot بصح of course نلحق to a point in certain situations where I would lose my shit
shit نقدروا نطيحوا في هذا البودكاست.
yes so فرحان زيري من هيك
Yes, we have a special guest behind the
yes.
camera. He's the next podcaster. He's no في فيديو بيجي. يجري ما عندناش بزاف الوقت.
so yeah دخلت الفيسبوك وشغل نصيب لي بزاف
ما تجيش تدخل فيسبوك
قلت لهم جماعه قلت لهم اللي ما راهوش اللي راهو داكور مع واش صاري سي فو بلي unfriend me ورانا بيان I don't wanna and I actually it turned out some actual good friends of mine unfriended me and they don't talk to me since then.
and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I've never شوف عندي friends who completely 1000% disagree with me. and شغل يعرفوا هاد العفايس عليا ونعرف هاد العفايس عليهم and we coexist في سلام وما كاش كاع problem. شغل I think هاد العفسه does not depend on the ideology, it depends on شخصية البنادم هذاك. ولادك البنادم راسه مغلوق وكي شغل easily offended. شو العباد اللي تقول لهم عفسه يقول لك نو والله يحمروا ويزرقوا هادوك العباد they cannot have a civilized debate ولا civilized disagreement. So it doesn't come down to ideology but to personality.
Yeah. You say this and I agree with you 100% بس كي نلحق للصح whether on Facebook ولا in real life I can't help but get worked up.
خطيك من فيسبوك اروح انستغرام لا تشيتشي انستغرام ما كاش هذوك الزطشين بزاف at least to an extent ما كاش هذوك الزطشين تاع واش كي لابسه واش كي دايره it's a good life.
You should see Twitter.
Yes. Twitter man.
It's even worse.
Twitter I'm very hated on Twitter.
You are?
Wallah. I'm very
depends who are these people.
It's mostly like 15-year-olds who are like very progressive.
I don't have any 15-year-old on Twitter.
Okay. No, I هضر على but who like mostly disagree with me. It's هذوك اللي شعرهم غوز.
يشوفوا فيك an extreme rightist انتيا. يشوفوا فيك the extreme right.
Exactly. أنا يشوفوا فيها like an extreme. I saw like this tweet and she was like Rania Bencroft is the alt-right.
Yeah.
Like okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
يشوفوا فيك authoritarian.
I'm the alt-right.
Yes, but you have some rightist ideas. Which I don't disagree
I don't think they are rightist. I think ولو يبانوا rightist في الكونتكست اللي رانا فيه في الكونتكست العالمي ماشي في الكونتكست الجزائري. Be very careful. باسكو تويتر عفسه اللي مفتوحه على كاع العالم. Okay. And العفسه اللي دوميني anything اللي مفتوحه كاع العالم is American culture. okay an American culture تقول لك anything اللي ماشي يساري متطرف is يميني متطرف شغل unless شغل لو كان ما تكونش داكور معهم في كلش يقول لك you are Nazi من الاخر we're not even gonna have a
première fois كي تلاقينا انا وياك قلت لك باللي لو سبيكتر هذاك تاع the political compass في الحق it's not flat, it's round.
Yeah, it's round.
إذا تروح بزاف on the left تصيب روحك on the extreme right.
Yeah. And actually the result of my political compass was a libertarian right, but very to the center. I'm very centrist on so many things.
So you did the test.
Of course I did the test. Yeah. بصح عند and I imagine myself باسكو أنا كي كنت صغيرة كنت في الليسي كنت كيما وهاد العيبات. So that's why like ما نلومهمش بزاف because I know probably راح يكبروا and they're gonna grow out of it. بصح شغل at that point everything اللي خالفك you see as هادوما conservatives or extreme and it's mostly I think is American culture. It's very dominant and the media and celebrities they're all the same جاي يخمو كيف and this هاللعبة تخليك lets you know بلي there is a huge issue بلي كامل يخمو كيف وكامل leftists. Why are they all the same؟ بصح الافونتاج اللي عندهم is الثقافة ديالهم وكاع واش يقولوا dominate على كاع الدنيا because their influence is huge. It's soft power and that's it.
هذه المشكل تاع العولمه تاع يقول لك كاين بزاف ناس يقولوا بلي عولمه مش مليحه وخرين يقولوا عولمه مليحه. هي mostly انا I think بلي عولمه حاجه مليحه باسكو
مليحه ماشي مليحه
تلحقنا تكنولوجي من برا especially as Algeria اللي ما عندهاش بزاف تكنولوجي اللي يجيها من عندنا. So thanks to العولمه اللي عندنا 4G وعندنا انستغرام وعندنا هذه بس at the same time العولمه ماشي معناتها امريكان يولي ياكل غرانطيطه معناتها انت تولي تاكل ماكله تاع
Thank you. I think this is very smart. I think that's what العولمه is. It's not really like exposing كاع العالم على بعضه. It's really exposing العالم كاع على الثقافه الامريكيه.
Exactly.
And again this is not necessarily a bad thing. مانيش نقول فيها هذوك زعما نو نعرضوا الغرب والغرب ماشي مليح وما لازمش ياثر فينا. It's not from that sense. It's you have to be careful باسكو هما الثقافه ديالهم is a result of their context and their history and their position as the dominant country in the world. So it's a very good thing. I think كما قلت globalization we have benefited so much.
Of course.
And I think ولا كاين عفسه نقدروا نرفدوها من الثقافه المهيمنه اللي هي الثقافه الامريكيه are the values of the country. And I think هذه العفسه the most important thing, the values of the country, freedom of speech, democracy, coexistence. هذوما العفايس اللي لازم نرفدوهم. مي باش نرفد I don't even want to give examples. خلي البير بغطاء مفتوحة.
And with the progress of time etc. suddenly America is not the only dominant ثقافة في العولمة. and يصير بزاف ناس اللي they know so much about Korea
South Korea.
they've never been there.
South Korea invested in this. على بالك شغل South Korea كان على بالها باللي the one way to compete مع الأمريكان is soft power. soft power شغل when you get people addicted للماكلة ديالك الحوايج ديالك الموسيقى ديالك your culture that's a way كيفاش تدخل فريسة عنهم without even having a military base. because الأمريكان هذا وش دير عندك their soft power and military base في كل بقعة في العالم. South Korea was like no, I just need you to really like K-pop. هذاك وش تسحق من عندك. and they did this successfully.
They are very convincing with their
لابسة تجيب لهم tourism, تجيب لهم investments, تجيب لهم a shitload of money and it's a good thing. It's an amazing thing.
Do you think eventually Algeria could do this?
أقول لك عفسة عندي this is you don't watch my content. I hate you. عندي فيديو على globalization when حضرت على هذا الpoint exactly and I was like my dream would be زعما الثقافة الجزائرية تولي عفسة that's like international شغل تولي كما South Korea شغل everyone knows Algerian culture باسكو we have a very interesting culture. It's just that في 20 سنة اللي فاتت طلقناها كاع باسكو واش صار مول الفيز ولينا نشوفوا باللي a lot of stuff we put them aside like music and dancing ولينا نشوفوهم كافيه شغل like يشطاح يغني شغل it's either considered like حرام ولا عيب ولا you're not supposed ولا it's not taken seriously. But لو كان نعاودوا نقولوا I think ثقافتنا our music and our culture and stuff we could really make it popular.
We actually دينا هذيك الطريق شوية كما كي تقولي انتيا باللي at a certain point ديري في بالك باللي شاب مامي غنى في سوبر بول.
سوبر بول يا
سمحي لي لابس قمشتو هذيك
هذه مدة طويلة نحوس
راني
يس
يس سمحي لي شغل غير يوتيوب يغنوا تما غير هذه راني نتبع Palestinian memes في انستغرام.
I love that page.
Yes, it's a great page.
I love that. أبوني تعمل عندي didn't you?
Actually من عند هبة my friend بصح okay could she's gonna be watching you. So Hiba has stopped watching my podcast.
Let's not talk about Hiba, let's talk about me.
Anyway.
It's my podcast. تجيب هبة طلع على هبة.
So yeah فهذيك Palestinian memes يضلوا يديروا ميمز تاع شاب خالد.
يديروا ميمز تاع شاب
خالد. Yes.
Yeah, I mean شاب خالد and mommy are extremely influential. And شغل كنا on the right track.
Yes.
كان book we just worked on that more and we did something to develop a ride. Now a ride doesn't even exist anymore.
It doesn't, yes.
It doesn't exist. The ride does not exist anymore, period. We just completely shelved it and it doesn't exist. And I think that's really bad.
Yeah.
لو كان جيت نعرف نغني ولا
لو كان كي درتي حاجة
لو كان درت حاجة ولا I really شغل would dedicate myself to this.
To Rai.
To Rai and to Algerian culture. بصح ما عندي حتى موهبة. I ما نعرفش نرسم. ما عندي no sense of artistry.
كي تقولي ما عندي حتى موهبة I wanna actually try to contradict you بصح
I don't. I'm talentless. والله I'm talentless. Huh? I'm completely talentless. ما نعرف نغني ما نعرف I can dance a little bit but
you can dance.
Yeah, like قبيلية.
I took photos of you recently and you posed well.
I pose well.
Yes. So that's a bit of talent.
Okay صح. Thank you.
نعرف نهضر عندنا مع نساء سمحي لي I can. So yes, okay, Algeria, we did that sort of thing. We did.
This is what you told me about last time.
What is it?
I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later.
Okay. Yes. So anyway, Rania, we got to an hour. So should be it. باش نخليو بلاصة للناس.
هاي خلاص I'm leaving. السلام عليكم. Thank you so much for having me.
Before you do that.
Yes.
I want you to know Billy. There are going to be a lot of people. Maybe this is like the most anticipated podcast episode on my podcast ever. أنا نقول لك من اللي بديت and people commenting and sending me messages and stuff. Do Rania. I mean do Rania. I mean that too.
Okay. C'est le moment où il خلاص le podcast. Sur cette blague pourrie.
Rania, thank you so much for coming.
Okay.
And you came from very far.
Thank you.
Thank
you. Thanks. I had fun being done. Exactly. Ziri enjoy being done.
Abalek. No. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
The most difficult thing on the podcast is telling people, let's stop. This is it.
Yeah.
I don't want to end من جهة. من جهة أخرى
I will come back. Don't worry.
Of course you will.
إن شاء الله.
You will.
بؤرة الكورونا.
At the same time, دايما كي نقول this is it etc. نحس روحي إن شاء الله I am firing. I'm telling you to.
Don't worry. I don't feel fired.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rania, this was very interesting.
See you. تحية الجزائر. Bye.
Goodbye.